Live and doing a chat to chat away the Monday blues. And we are going to just give everybody a minute to get in. But we are going to chat away the Mondays, de-stress, raise our vibe, and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of chill a little bit. While I'm waiting on everybody to get in, I just want to say how humbled I am for all the new subscribers and the explosive growth that has taken place in my channel. Y'all, I'm very humbled and very thankful and grateful. And I owe so much to, of course, Tyler, as many of you know, but also to Rich. Both of those gentlemen have helped me so much in my channel. I really, I can't really tell you why, but for whatever reason, I'm just feeling overwhelming gratitude today for everything that has happened in the last, 48-ish hours, right? It's just been a big game changer. So anyway, I see we've got some folks here. And I may say this, Isla Bonita, is that right? How are ya? How are ya? Welcome, welcome. Good to see ya. Welcome in. We are just doing a little chat time. I don't know, but I tell you what, I started this channel back in August, and I had a passion. And boundless transformations. Welcome, welcome. Well, I love that. Hey, Sheila, how are you? Boundless transformations, amazing. Hey, how's it going, everybody? But I love your I'm having to like reset to look at everybody's chat, so y'all. But anyway, Galactic Star, Blair Brittany, I am seeing familiar names, y'all. But Boundless Transformations, I love your name. That is so cool, man. I love that. That's awesome. Awesome. Diana, hello everybody. I'm trying to make sure that I say hi to everybody. And y'all, I know that you may not realize it, but Divinely Guided. Oh, thank you. Divinely Guided. I see a lot of the names of folks that are commenting, and I go through the comments. Carissa, hello, and if I mispronounce anybody's screen name, just forgive. PJ, Gucci the Goats, oh, how cute. Hello, Crystal Cage, PJ. Good to see you guys. Howdy. Welcome in. That's a southern greeting, right? Just come down South Alabama for a little southern hospitality, right? So welcome in, everybody. A lot of you guys have been with me for the long haul, but a lot of you guys are new, and you probably may or may not realize, but the whole reason that I started this channel was because I am, you know what? And look, I should have, Crystal Cage, you're right. I should totally have sweet tea hooked up to my, to an IV, because I live off of it, which is really bad for me. I know it's terrible, but I have started drinking more water. I will say that, I've started, trying to, start walking again and get back into, fitness and all of that. And Lisa Doc, hey, familiar names. But I wanted to just tell everybody, I see your comments. Oh, and I may say this wrong, Esthata, and I may say that wrong. I'm sorry if I did mispronounce anybody's name or if I miss anybody. I'm trying to catch everybody. But I see familiar names, and I just want to say this. The comments that you guys make, it's overwhelming. And if in my heart, and I read them, I do, but in my heart, hey, Sonia, oh, you're so sweet. In my heart, I read them and I'm overwhelmed, because I want to respond and just say, hey, Tina Warren, I want to respond to every single one, but I just can't. And it makes me feel bad, because it touches my heart more than you know. And I don't know how, I know a lot of you guys are new, but, just to kind of give you a little bit of backstory, many of you probably know this. Some of you have been with me longer than others. But the whole reason that I really started this channel, of course, I love tarot. It's fun to read tarot. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together. That's the only way I know to describe it when you read tarot. And some of you guys read tarot, so you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's the same for those of you that read, but I had another passion that was really more near and dear to my heart, if you will. And that is this. I began a spiritual path about 4 years ago, really. and changed my whole outlook over time. You know, oh, thank you. I don't know who just super chatted me, but oh, Isla, I feel bad. I'm not even reading. Isla, thank you so much. 333 Divine Guidance 1111. There you go. Ascend Mucha. But I started this channel because of I left hero number one, you know, and number two, it's me. Hello, but what's really near and dear to my heart is because I know how it feels to be hurt and heartbroken and broken. And I never in any of my playlist ever want you guys to think that I think I know everything, because I will never, no one will ever know everything. There is no end all be all. And you know, you may notice in my playlist, I've linked to like a lot of stuff in my playlist from other folks that, you know, touched my heart or I found helpful or whatever. And as I learn, then I add to it, right? And so that's what it's all about. But the reason that those playlists are there is because near and dear to my heart, I want to see people heal their heart and their self-esteem issues, and, you know, anything that might be holding them back in their life, you know, not only with matters of the heart, you know, but also, you know, manifestation of money, or, you know, just finding peace. And, you know, have I got it all? No, I don't have it all. I'm still on this path, but am I further along than I was yesterday? Yes. Last week, definitely. You guys have seen that. And, you know, last month and and, you know, when you're working on yourself, right? And I am, I mean, we all should be, right? When you're working on yourself, it's not like a straight line, you know, and I describe it like this a lot, you know, that there's, you know, you have good days and bad. There are days you feel like you take, you know, 1 step forward and 3 steps back, but there are other days where you feel like you take 10 steps forward. And so it's kind of, and I used to say it was like this, but y'all, if you're healing from heartbreak, sometimes it feels like a roller coaster. And everybody, you know, because you'll have days where you think, okay, I've got peace, I'm over this, I've let this go. Hey, Luz, how are you doing? I may say this, Luz Arias, I may say that wrong. But, you know, when you're healing and stuff, you'll think, you'll have days where you're like, okay, finally, peace. And then you'll have, you know, a couple of days or weeks or whatever where you'll think, okay, I'm really past this. And then, man, that big bomb comes back and you're like, that energy just comes flooding back in. And look, I get it. And there are times along the path of healing from heartbreak, and, you know, when people have hurt you and you don't know why, and you're trying to explore and find out what really happened, you know. Yes, COVID doesn't help. You're right about that. COVID is a curse word, right? But at any rate, you know, it can feel overwhelming, and you know, healing is like a spiral, and I've learned this over time. You spiral back and you readdress things. Yes, triggers, not, you're right. I've got a video about triggers in my playlist too. I think it's in shadow work, I can't remember. And I think it's called Triggers Are Your Best Friend, which is, you know, kind of, you know, I'm sorry, I'm adjusting the thermostat in my car, which is kind of funny, but I'll tell that story, remind me, y'all, but why I'm in my car when I go live. That's kind of a comical thing. But anyway, you know, you spiral back to things, and it is my personal belief, and you know, this is not like scientific proof, but it's just what I think. Okay, I don't know this, I think this. I think the reason that you can't heal from everything associated with something at one time is I think it would physically kill you, at least in my experience, okay? I couldn't have dealt with every single issue associated with various things in my life all at one time. I think I would have died. I mean, I really do. It was tough, and so if you're out there, Jenna, beautiful lady, good to see you, my sweet friend. But healing, it can, it's hard to dig up to, Crystal Cage. But I will say this: I got desperate. Okay, a little taste of my story, and I tell a lot of pieces here and there on my playlists. But when I started this path 3.5, 4 years ago. Cancer, that I don't know, Marissa, because I'm not doing tarot right now. We are chatting and chilling, right, everybody? If you don't have, I don't have wine, I've got sweet tea, but like it's wine o'clock right now, okay? So just chill time, chilling away the Mondays. I mean, we're just chit-chatting and, you know, and all that. your brain had to take over. And you're right, you ain't lying, and it ain't for sissies. But I started this path, and I stumbled. I tell you, I believe I believe Tyler was the first tarot reader that I really stumbled upon on YouTube, and it was probably over 3 years ago now. And Tyler reads the truth, and he doesn't he doesn't mince words, but really that's what we all need. We need those truth bombs. I mean, and I would sit and argue with him. You're wrong, right? And I would get so aggravated because he would do that, because many of I'm a Gemini, right? He would do the Gemini reading, and you know how at the end he goes through all the signs. If you're dealing with an Aries, if you're dealing with a Taurus, and he would get to Cancer, which was the sun sign of my catalyst, okay? And I would be like, I love him. He's the bomb.com, y'all. But and he would be like, the Cancer's turning his back, he's moving on. I'm like, no, that ain't right. Well, then later on, not too far down the line, I ran across Rich Lopp, okay? And Rich was a total game changer. And look, y'all know Tyler doesn't do personal readings. Rich does. So I would book personal readings. I mean, I probably booked 3 or 4 personal readings over the course of, a year and a half or 2 years. Is the Cancer coming back? Is the Cancer coming back? And it was always, and he was so kind about it. It was always no. And I would sit there and go, well, he's wrong. He's just wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong. He don't know what he's talking about. But you know what? Let me tell you, I stayed stuck for a long time, and I was miserable. And I heard Rich say this one time. Yes, he is boundless. He is the man. He said, if what you're doing isn't working, try something different. Whew. People. Yeah, that's my 2 homies right there, man. That's my idols. That's my mentors, Tyler and Rich, man. Both of them. But when that truth bomb hit, and it was hard, but it came to a point where I couldn't argue anymore, right? And Rich Lopp, oh yeah, his reading style is different, but now he reads truth. And I don't want to I'm not going to name anybody, but there are tarot readers who will tell you what you want to hear, okay? And if you know the cards, you'll understand what I'm talking about, okay? I didn't realize that until I myself learned the cards, but there are tarot readers that will tell you what you want to hear to get views, okay? And there are tarot readers who will read the truth, okay? And if this is a success for me, and I feel pretty darn successful these days with the recent thing that's gone on with my channel, what I'm about and what's near and dear to my heart is doing for others what was done for me. For somebody to have the guts and the cojones, if you will, to tell me the truth, right? And Rich does have a way with words. You're right, Jenna. And when Rich said that, it was a game changer. And I started listening, and I said, and he made the comment, and he still says this sometimes, and you guys, those of you who watch him, you may know this. He'll say, give it more than a couple of days, because it's just like, like when we start a diet or we start a workout plan. Say I start a diet and a workout plan. Hey, Melissa. But say I start a diet and a workout plan. Okay. Well, after 2 days, I'm going to be hungry and grumpy because I'm hungry. So I'm going to be hangry, right? Because, I haven't gotten used to, reducing my, changing and, cutting carbs and, all the, it's uncomfortable at first. And then you put that on top of a workout where I'm going to the gym and my muscles are hurting and I go to the mirror. Well, I don't look any different after 2 days. Well, I feel worse, right? Because I'm hangry, my muscles hurt, I'm exhausted. And I go, well, this didn't work. I'm throwing in the towel. I ain't doing this. Same thing with making changes to what you're doing in, trying to manifest romance, manifest money, whatever. It takes time. And it's little changes every day. Yes, I'm glad he's amazing. He really, really, and he boosted me a lot early on, too. He has a lot of subscribers. His reading style is different, but just like Tyler, he does tell the truth. And he has 2 channels, actually. I'll tell you where the real gold is. His tarot channel is great, but the real gold is, there is a channel called Rich and Leah, Leah, and that's where he does drops his little truth bombs, okay? And good for you, Jenna LF. I'm happy about that. But, yes, and but anyway, Thank you, Chris F. I appreciate that. And yes, he did trigger me too, Galactic Star. He really did. And so, but at any rate, so little by little, I started making changes. And I was like, I was desperate. I was so desperate because I knew that what I was, you know, the definition of insanity is keeping on doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right? But I was caught in that trap, so I can't throw shade at anybody who's ever done that, right? I mean, we've all been guilty of that. You know, come on. It's called spontaneous recovery. If you're ever curious, I learned about this years ago. And you know, and hey T, how you doing? And if you're ever just curious, like a Gemini, and you just Google things for the heck of it, and you're just curious about what the science is, that's really what it is. And you know, PM9A, hello. But anyway, I was desperate, and I said, okay, this is working for him, because I saw his transformation over time. You know, he's had quite the story if you followed him for any length of time, right? And I saw his thing come to fruition over time. And I was like, okay, that dude might be right. That dude might be onto something, right? And I'm like, I couldn't stop watching him even when I argued with him. And Tyler too, right? And look at what Tyler's manifested. I mean, come on now. And so I thought, okay, let's just see. So I started making little changes. And it was hard. It was uncomfortable, right? You know, you know, and it's funny, Rich is an Aquarius, and, you know, they're kind of known for being detached, but actually he's got a huge heart. He's got a Virgo moon, and, you know, Virgos have big hearts. I mean, but anyway, when they're evolved, okay, they can, when they're vibing in a certain way, they can, you know, I could say something negative and positive about every single zodiac sign, but when a zodiac sign evolves and ascends and steps into their power, then they step into the positives associated with that sign, and they're unstoppable, okay? And so, but anyway, I don't know how I got off on that subject, y'all, I'm sorry. But anyway, with that being said, so I started making little changes, and, you know, I became friends with Rich on Facebook, and I started following him on Facebook, and I'm like, this dude's really got it. He's really got it going on. He knows what he's talking about. And I started making changes because he was, you know, it's kind of like he would drop truth bombs. But, and I mean, you know, we can say things to help folks, right? But, hey, Daisy Pippin, you know, sometimes YouTube is weird about notifications, and I don't know why, but, you know, but at any rate, so I started making little changes, and I started really seeing a lot of difference. I found the path to peace first, okay? Going inside and doing the shadow work and working on me, meditating in theta state, which, by the way, is the easiest way to meditate. It sounds super complex, and when Rich first said that, the Gemini in me thought, oh my God, I'll never get that, but I'm going to Google it anyway. And I tried it, and y'all, it's the easiest way to meditate. I'm a double gem with ADHD. It is very hard for me to quiet my mind, but this makes it so much. Pros and cons to each zodiac, so definitely be a video you should do. All right, okay, y'all let's just go through and do it. All right, Aries. They're very direct. They're very passionate. You always know where you stand when they're in their positive, in their, you know, in their power. They're very direct. You know exactly where you stand. I mean, you know how Tyler is. He's very authentic. What you see is what you get, right? And my daughter's an Aries moon, T. Interesting you would say that. Let's see, Taurus, patient, very considerate and kind, okay, when they step in their, let's go back. Okay, so the positives of Aries. So that would be when they step in their power. If not, they're very impulsive, and they can have a temper like nobody's business, and you don't know what's going to set them off, right? That's when they're vibing low, right? Sorry, y'all, had to have a sip of sweet tea. But anyway, okay, so Taurus, when they're vibing high, very kind, considerate, patient beyond means, stable, you know where they're going to be. When they're not vibing, they can come across really lazy and unmotivated, right? And antisocial, right? Okay, so that's the positives and negatives of Taurus. Positives and negatives of Gemini, which, of course, I know Gemini energy like the back of my hand because I'm a Gemini. The positives, we can talk to a signpost and we can put people at ease. We can talk about many, many subjects. We are, we are like a jack of all trades, but master of none. We know a little bit about everything and a lot of trivial information that is not always useful. But because of that, we can be great communicators and we can talk to a lot of different people. We can come across as a social butterfly, right? When we're vibing low, we talk too much, we spill our guts, we tell people secrets, and we can be cheaters, and we get bored real easily regardless, okay? And I love Gemini energy too, but I've been guilty of all of those negatives except the cheater part, but but I am a Gemini, even romantically still, in that I do get bored. It takes a lot to get me interested, but when somebody finally does get me interested in, then that Venus in Cancer, which is how you love and how you do, emotions and, well, the moon is emotions too, but that's how you love. And the Venus in Cancer takes over and I'm all in. And really, that's Gemini energy when they're evolved. I mean, if you can get them interested, then they're all in, right? But it takes intellect for me, and I can't help it. It is what it is. But okay, so moving right along, Cancers. When they're vibing high, very sensitive to your feelings, very considerate, highly, highly intuitive and in tune to other people's emotions, and very, very observant and considerate of people. If they're vibing low, you got, and I mean, look, I'm Venus in Cancer. Either way, we can be sappy, okay? That I still get that way sometimes. But, about certain, I mean, I cry at movies. I cry when I get emotional, like happy tears, and stuff like that. But when Cancers are vibing low, sometimes they'll get real emotional and you don't know what the heck's wrong with them because you hurt their feelings, and you should kind of, be willing to, just read their mind and know exactly what might hurt their feelings, kind of thing. And so moving right along, Leos. Oh man, when they're vibing high, you want to talk about a vibrant energy. Oh my goodness. Now they are out in they're out in the forefront, right? I mean, and they like, okay, they just got big energy, and it's beautiful. Okay. When they're vibing low, at the heart of it, they have self-esteem issues. Did you know that about Leos? They can be attention whores if they're vibing low, okay? So what's next? Virgo. If they're vibing high, oh my God. Y'all, my bestie's a Virgo and my daddy's a Virgo, okay? So I know a lot about Virgo energy, and they are ruled by Mercury just like Gemini. They're just the nocturnal side. Virgos are also, if they're vibing high, very cerebral. They're very intelligent. They are like Geminis in that they're seekers and lovers of intelligence and knowledge, and they'll research stuff just like Geminis, just for the hell of it. But they'll also be very, you want to talk about patience? Oh my goodness. And very good judges of character. My dad he's 86 years old. Y'all, his first impression of somebody, he catches it, okay? Like crazy. It is incredible. And my bestie's like that too. When they're vibing low, they can come across as very critical to others. When they start to ascend just a little bit, hey, Jess Lee, when the Virgos start to ascend just a little bit, but they're not really, then they'll turn it inward and they'll be critical of themselves. And they do that anyway when they're vibing low. But when they step into their power, oh my goodness, Virgos it's one of my favorite, well, they're all my favorite signs, but I get along with Virgos because I have so many that are close. Hey, Rock, how are you? So what's next? Okay, Libra. When a Libra's vibing high, oh my goodness, very much a peacekeeper. They will speak their truth in love and in kindness, okay? They're very loyal, Libras are. They're all about fairness, and they're all about making sure that underdogs are taken care of. If they're vibing low, they'll sacrifice themselves just to keep the peace. They won't speak their truth, and they'll let somebody treat them like a doormat. My sun, moon, and rising rock. Gemini sun, Capricorn moon, Gemini rising, and Venus in Cancer, okay? I am also very, hey, Lucy Polly, I'm also very heavy with Taurus in my chart. I actually have a lot of Earth in my chart, believe it or not. But anyway, so where were we? We were on Libra. Scorpio. When Scorpio is vibing high, man, you want to talk about an intelligent, intuitive person. Oh my goodness. When they're vibing low, they're grudge holders. Okay. And then let's see. So let's move along to Sagittarius. Oh, another favorite, fire sign, Sagittarius. When they're vibing high, they're always going to be independent. They need their space. That's not a bad thing, okay? They're always going to speak their truth, and they're going to speak it in love, right? But they're not going to compromise their boundaries, regardless. And hey, you love Gemini's. Good combination. Wow, that's funny. Double Sagittarius, a terrorist. Oh, that's funny. To me, some of the most favorite people I've ever known in my life, specifically, I've got a lot of Scorpio women friends, and my mother, who passed away in 2013, who was my bestie, was a Scorpio, and I know a lot of Scorpio women that I love. I have a couple of failed relationships with Scorpios, okay? So, I mean, do I think Scorpios are bad? No. I think everybody can be great if they're vibing, right? And so where were we? We were on Sagittarius. But when they're vibing low, Sagittarius will ghost you in a heartbeat. If they're vibing low, right? And then they just can, dash right on out of there, and you just don't know where they went, kind of thing, right? But if they're vibing high, they won't do that. They won't handle it that way at all. So that's Sagittarius. Next is Capricorn. Let's talk about Capricorn, because I'm a Cap moon. Capricorns are, if they're vibing high, you won't find a more loyal person. Very loyal, very giving, silent strength, okay, all day long. They will get things done, okay? They're taskmasters regardless, okay? Now, if they're vibing low, that taskmaster thing almost becomes obsessive, and they can be workaholics, and they can be too obsessed with their job and or making money, okay, if that makes sense, okay? And sometimes if they're vibing low, yes, huge heart, exactly. But you know what? You don't see it because they come across sometimes as a tough exterior, but inside they're just jelly, But and actually inside they're very sensitive. They just, you just don't see that, Hey, Chris, but they can be obsessive with their job sometimes too, right? If they're vibing low, So Aquarius, oh my goodness, one of my favorite signs too, Aquarius, if they're vibing high, you want to talk cerebral, man, they're out there talking about what star system they're from. And, I swear, I think every Aquarius I know is a freaking star seed, right? I mean, and they'll come up with ideas. They're the idea people. The Aquarius people are the idea people, right? They're the ones, they're entrepreneurial. Now, Aries, every sign can be entrepreneurial, but the Aries gang, they're the idea people all the time. I mean, it's crazy. Smart, they are the ones that will think outside the box, okay? That's when they're vibing high, okay? Highly intelligent regardless. If they're not vibing, okay, they can seem emotionally closed off. And, just like a Saggy, they can cut you out and ghost you. But that's, again, if they're vibing low. Pisces, if they're vibing high, very sensitive to your emotions, very considerate, very thoughtful and loving, and intuitive, highly intuitive. If they're vibing low, they can be kind of a little bit cancerish, like similar to Cancer vibing low, where they can kind of be ultra sensitive and kind of just like, where did this come from, kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So, I'm not as good with some signs as I am with others, but that's just, 62 cents worth of Enchanted Cottage 333 opinion on signs vibing high and low. PMA, thank you so much. You're adorable. So see, this is why I won't throw shade at any sign, because when every sign has its strengths that we're supposed to step into. Every sign has its struggles, and I mean, just as a Gemini, I'll just be honest with you. I love dropping, hey, and I may say this wrong, Awana, hello, and but I can throw shade at me, right? Geminis, we love truth. We like dropping truth, and we will speak our truth. Where we struggle is saying it kindly, right? And because, swords energy is really blunt and really abrupt. And if a Gemini is vibing low, they don't give a crap. Stace, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But anyway, Geminis can come across, just like they don't give a crap, that they just have no F's, they have no F's to give. If they hurt your feelings, fine, they really don't care. But, and so that is one of the things that I struggle with, and I have to sometimes I still have to say, okay, don't be a Karen, and many of you know my first name is Karen. I'm like, don't be a Karen, stop being that way. And, just be nice and, and remember that, you don't know everything. I'm talking to me. This is me in the mirror. You do not know everything. So hush, take a chill pill and understand that, just because this is your truth doesn't mean it's somebody else's. Just because this worked for you doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody, so we have to have those conversations with ourselves sometimes. There are some signs, I know, Jess, right? There are some signs that are like me that, that can have a sharp I'm Aunt Karen. Oh, so sweet. My life path number is 1. It is. And if you don't know how to, just to say this, if you don't know how to calculate your life number, you take the digits. Help me if I believe it. I've looked it up, and you can Google this. But I think what you do is, and I've done this, you add up the numbers associated with your birth date, and then you reduce them down. And anyway, mine reduces down to 1. I do remember that. And every path has a different kind of meaning. It's pretty interesting. And y'all, I do believe in numerology. And, my take on angel numbers, repeating numbers, 1111, 333, things like that. And I really believe this to be the case because I've kind of seen it. Annette, that's cool. I've seen this, and I really do believe this. Hey, Gemma. And but 5, Jess, is the number of change, interestingly enough, right? But it is my belief, and this has been my truth and what resonates in my own path. Jenny Jen, girly girl, I'm so glad you popped in to say hello. It is synchronicities, you're right. For me, it's like it doesn't count if you like sit and wait on the clock to hit 11:11 or 3:33 or 1:11. That doesn't count, okay? But if you happen to see that, whether it's on the clock or on a sign or whatever, if you happen to see that, it is a confirmation of what you were just thinking, that you were on the right path. And I've heard that, and I believe it. For me, it doesn't mean somebody's thinking about you or that they're about to come back in. Okay, don't get caught up in that toxicity. Okay, I love y'all. Okay, Gemini tongue, shut up, Karen. Okay, thank you, Galactic Star. But, and many of you may know this, my take on strong soul connections is a lot different, than a lot of folks. And, but anyway, Gemma, oh, and I love your name. That's pretty. But it's really funny because, and I'll share something with y'all that I did today. I made a huge decision, and talking about, I was just explaining to somebody what the Fool card and the tarot means, and I don't know how many of you have heard me explain this, and I've heard other people explain it, and this resonates for me. But at any rate, the Fool in the tarot, for those of you who don't know, and I wish I had my Fool card, but if you want to look this up, in my deck, the Fool is pictured as someone walking on a very thin tightrope with balancing a lot of stuff and like doing a juggling act and all this. And so somehow this person took a leap of faith and took a big risk, but yet had it all together. And the Fool in the tarot is not like a fool in the traditional definition of a fool. Think of the king's court and the jester, and who the king went to for advice and wisdom because of intuition and strong intuition and ability to make judgment calls. That's what the Fool in the tarot deck means. Well, with that, and so it's the meaning of the Fool card literally is taking a leap of faith that is intuitively based on good intuitive leading, that is all about making good decisions that don't make sense based on what you see, hear, taste, hear, feel, whatever, right? But they just know that they know that they know. Well, I took a leap of faith today, y'all. Can I share? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for my big reveal? Many of you have heard me say this. I'm an accountant by trade, right? Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Since all this, and I was getting personal readings before, but y'all, I've been inundated and I couldn't keep up. And so I quit my job. I quit the day job. I did. So I took a huge leap of faith, because this is my dream and this is my passion. And I've heard everybody that I know say this, that when you follow your passion and you would do it for free, that's how you know that you're going to manifest success. And y'all, I would do this for free. Why? Because it's in my heart to see people manifest better and do better and heal and da-da-da-da-da, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, change is good. It is. And I've been thinking about this, and I felt it coming before. I just didn't know it was going to be this big and this fast. Do you understand what I mean? But I felt it intuitively coming, and I knew I was going to be faced with this decision where I absolutely had no choice. I had to choose, point blank, period. And I was there today. And I knew I could not keep doing what I was doing. Y'all, I've been going like on 3 hours sleep. So neglecting myself, which is against everything that I preach, as you guys well know. So I went home, and after today was my last day, I went, because, anyway, long story short, but I went home and I didn't ghost them. I didn't leave them hanging. Okay. It wasn't like that. I would not do that. But yes, it is, Rock. It is amazing. It can be scary, but I know this is, and I have every confirmation over the past few weeks that this is what I was supposed to do. Right? There's a big truck going by. I hope it doesn't make noise and y'all don't hear it. But if it does, he'll go by. Oh, the reason that I go live right now, do y'all want to hear the true facts? Coming clean. Not that I had anything to hide, but just, backstory. Y'all, I live in the sticks, in the woods, right? In the total woods. Good internet is not available for any price where I live. Any price. I mean, I live in a community of like 300 people, okay? I am in the sticks, okay? And, they're trying to get it in, but right now they can't. So literally, I have to drive to about 15 minutes from my house to go live. I do have enough phone service most of the time to upload videos. It takes longer, but I have to record at my house. And if it's heavy internet traffic, I have to drive to town to upload. So I have been busting it to make this channel happen. I really have. And now my plan is to rent office space that has internet. But this is my passion and this is my dream, and I don't care. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to do this, and I've been determined, kind of hell-bent, as my mother used to call it, and determined, and I felt in my soul, I knew that this was my passion. And y'all, I started this channel back in August, and every time there were days, of course there were days I felt like throwing up my hands and saying, this ain't working. This is too hard. This ain't working. I ain't supposed to be doing this, right? And, okay, the Venus in Cancer is going to get sappy, so I'm not going to cry. It'll be y'all crying, okay? But, like, every time I would feel that way, like, this is not working. I'm not supposed to be, Hughes Network is not available here, sweetheart. But even HughesNet isn't where I am. It's that bad. Anyway, yeah, honey, I've called AT&T, Mediacom, Viasat, everybody. Oh my gosh. AT&T used to be in my area and they pulled out because not enough people were because I mean, I live in a, it's just a small town. They just don't do internet. I mean, it's that. Yeah, I probably am going to relocate sometime in the next year or two, but it is what it is. And I'm fine for now. I'm thankful for what I have. Okay, so don't make any mistake, right? But thank you, Jenna. But anyway, every time I would feel like giving up and I would feel like throwing up my hands, I would pick up the phone. Gemma, thank you. And I would pick up the phone and there would be a comment. And it would be one that said, I was hurting so bad and you gave me hope. And that's why I'm here. That's really why I'm here. Yes, I love to read tarot. It's fun. Okay, I enjoy reading. No doubt. Make no mistake. And, sometimes I'll be able to tell what the cards are going to say, and sometimes it'll surprise me, right? But I know Crystal Cage, and and my mods, Jenny Jen, will tell you that I will get sappy sometimes, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. And I will see one of those comments, and I will think, that's what it's about. This is what it's about, and it is my passion. So, the accountant reads tarot now full time, right? So at any rate, moon in Cancer. My moon, my Venus is in Cancer. My moon is Capricorn. See, but even then, the Capricorn underneath is the softy kind of thing. So, thank you, Jessica B. And 669 Jelly. Thank you. Hey, and I may say this wrong, Zamia. If I pronounce that wrong, please forgive me, because it is, and y'all, Tammy P, hey, thank you. But fire sign 1111, awesome. Am I a Leo or a Pisces? Okay, I am a Gemini. But Geminis and Leos can seem similar the way they come across, right? They can. But thank you, Galactic Star. Y'all give me hope. It's talk about serendipitous moments, okay, and manifestation. Yes, ma'am. Roll Tide roll, right? I will always be in, but I'm not an obnoxious Bama fan. But I was born with RTR like stamped on my cheek, right? And not this cheek, right? Y'all get it, right? Okay. But twins are a blessing. I'm a double Gemini. So I have a Gemini sun and Gemini rising. And so, yes, I'm crazy. But, back to humor and funny stuff. Y'all want to hear something funny. And Jimmy, you'll get a kick out of this being a Capricorn. Those of you who said you were Cappies. You guys will get a huge kick out of this. Capricorns love to be organized, right? And they make lists, and man, they get so much satisfaction out of marking things off that list, getting things done, right? Well, I'm a double Gemini with ADHD with a Capricorn moon, right? Well, that Capricorn moon, I will get up in the morning and I will make a list of what all I'm going to do that day, and I'll get started and I'll knock about 2 out of the 15 things out. And man, that Gemini will get distracted and she'll start watching YouTube and she'll start Googling, stuff that, like what are the odds of you getting, tackled by a serial killer, stuff that, like what, where is this? And the next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and the Capricorn goes over and looks at the list and starts fussing at the twins and saying, you didn't get crap done today. You didn't get any of my stuff done today. What the hell, So that's the struggle of being, having 2 sweat sets of twins and then the Capricorn, and it can be so crazy and frustrating, right? But yeah, so that's like, yeah. But anyway, and then of course I have a lot of Taurus in my chart, so it takes a lot to get me motivated. So between the Gemini wanting to sit there and Google off the wall stuff of, what's the price of wheat in China these days, right? It is what it is, right? So with that being said, y'all, but, I could say something funny, I guess, about every sign, but I love all the signs. They're all different. What's interesting that I find about zodiac signs, this is just, my 2 cents of, a little bit of opinion is this. you know, there's like this happy medium in speaking your truth, right? And I talk about speak your truth in love a lot along with my channel. You know, don't compromise your truth, don't compromise your boundaries, but speak it in kindness, right? It's kind of like that energy that I talk about. I want you to eat, just not at my table, right? I want you to have all the abundance in the world over there, right? That is speaking your truth in love, right? Love you, Jenny Jen. Thank you for popping in. Thank you. I'm so glad you got to be here. But anyway, so you know, there's this happy medium, right? There are some signs like Gemini's way over here that we will speak our truth and we don't really give any F's of whose feelings we hurt, right? And the signs that are more apt to be like that, Gemini being at the top of the list, probably, you know, Aquarius and Aries and Sagittarius being over there, you know, and then over here, you've got these signs that won't speak up, that won't speak their truth. You can't get them to even tell you where they want to go to eat because they're scared you won't like the food. You know, over there, you've got the Libras, you've got the Tauruses, you've got the Virgos, you've got the, you know, the Pisces, the peacekeepers over here. And they'll let you, you know, they'll let you run all over them if they're not vibing enough to kind of step into their self-esteem. Whereas you've got these nutcases like me over here on this side that'll just chew you up and spit you out, right? We got to tone it down and come back to love, right? And so it's like finding balance. Hey, Leather and Lace, good to see you too. We are chatting away the Monday blues, y'all. So anyway, and you know what? We haven't said much of anything that was worthwhile, except we've just been having fun and kind of talking about, you know, whatever was on the mind, right? Good radio presenters. That's funny. It's because we run our mouth. Okay, we could talk to a signpost. Aquarius are like that too. Thank you, Gemma. My daughter is a Taurus, but her bestie is it is balance. You're right. And it's a hard balance. And I mean, y'all, I'm telling you, if I did not meditate, okay, y'all could not stand me. I promise you, that's my sanity. My daughter will tell me, Mama, you need to meditate. Go meditate. You know, she'll tell me that sometimes. But Aquarius are like that too. And thank you, Dixie, for coming in. It's good to see you. But anyway, my daughter's a Taurus, and one of her two besties is a Libra. The other was an Aquarius. And let me tell y'all, that Aquarius, MCAT, so cool to have you. But that little Aquarius, okay, she is in theater, and she is very talented. Do you know what I mean when I say the girl has pipes? And I'm a music minor. Little useless piece of information. My minor is in music, right? My major is in accounting. My minor is in music. I love music. It is truly, honestly, was my first love. Okay, but so Scorpio. Don't pick on my Scorpios, Julie. I got to love them all now. But anyway, but my daughter's little Aquarius friend, she just turned 15. You want to talk about talking? She could talk to a signpost. She's just like me, in that she could talk to a signpost, right? And so at any rate, but I love her dearly, but she is extremely talented. She performs, y'all, she was born for the stage. And I really, you know, she kind of has aspirations, and I think she's got something. I mean, I really do. She's pretty talented. She is amazing and beautiful and got a sweet, beautiful energy. She drives my Taurus daughter crazy because my Taurus daughter is a big planner. She needs to know what she's doing every minute of the day, 48 hours in advance. Where my daughter's little Aquarius friend, you know, 5 minutes from now says, hey, let's get up and drive to Atlanta, right? She's that, right? And just like me, the Gemini, right? You don't know where we're going to land. Hey, Eunice, good to see you again. Good to see you again. Where'd you go? I just got your... Thank you so much. Hey, Jessica B. Andrea, good to see you. But anyway, so Dixie, you're a Cappy. And I think you may have heard me say I'm a Cap Moon. But anyway, I love the energy of all the signs when they pop into their power. It is amazing. And you know, that's the thing. All the signs have different strengths, right? And you know, the whole chart comes into play, really. I mean, it makes such a difference, your moon sign and your Cancer. It makes a big difference. But you know, it takes all of those strengths because all of the signs bring different power to the table. And it takes all of that, right, to make things great, right? Thank you, Lynette. You are so sweet. Samantha, glad to see you. Glad to see you. Hey, Makeover, where did I see you? I don't have any Aries. I don't have a lot of fire in my chart. Believe it or not, even though I'm Gem Sun and Gem Rising, I have a lot of Earth in my chart, Capricorn, but I have a lot of Taurus in my chart too. It's crazy, which totally makes sense if you like, because, and what's really funny is what y'all see is the Gemini. And you know, they say your rising sign is what you project, right? Which, hey, Eunice, oh, thank you so much. Aren't you precious? Thank you so much. But they say that's what you project, and that is what I come across like, you know, and it really is like a huge part of who I am. But at the end of the day, like when I get off here and I'll feel great, I'll be in a good mood, but I will go into complete hermit mode. Samantha, blessings to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So your daughter is a Taurus and two in Pisces, Andrea. Virgo rising, real. See, you come across that way. And you know, Rich is a Virgo moon. I think he's a Virgo moon and rising, and he does come across very patient, in my opinion. Okay, that's just it. You know, funny, and you know, Jessica, you brought an excellent point up. I find this to be true. I think the males and females of the signs differ. I think male Geminis and female Geminis are different. I think the same of Scorpios. I see a distinct difference in Pisces like that too. You know, I think, you know, and I don't, the Aquarius folks that I know, like obviously, and I'm not like, I don't know Rich in real life, but like knowing his energy of watching him over the years, and then like my daughter's, one of her two besties that's the Aquarius, they do have, they're very airish in their energy, but it is different. It is different. So you may be right. You know, I think they may be different, you know. Pisces male are about to ruin the whole damn time. Oh, don't throw off on my Pisces gang, right? Libra, male and female. You know, my daughter's other bestie is Libra. Now she's very evolved. Oh, you want to talk about? Oh, she's got herself together right up here. Highly spiritual. She will speak her truth now. She will. I love her to pieces. She is a peacekeeper. Now, she will speak her truth when it counts, but when you ask her where she wants to eat, she won't tell you for love nor money. She just won't do it. You can't make her. She's going to eat wherever you want to. And she will eat something she totally dislikes just because she just, you know, and it's like, come on, you know. But anyway, yes, there was a full moon, and I noticed that. It was totally cool. True Aries women can definitely commit. I love it. I love it. I've known some Aries women that were awesome. I have a friend who is a male who is an Aries. We met dating. We did not make it dating, but now he's a close friend. It's the weirdest thing. And I know him, like, we met dating, and he's highly spiritual like me, but different. And it was kind of weird. And now, you know, we get along great. He's got a girlfriend. It's all good, you know, and whatever. I mean, I love him to death, right? But anyway, but as a friend, I don't, you know, it is what it is. Did your full moon ritual bath last night? Yay. You know what? I did that this morning, Dixie. I hope it counts. Started off my day with meditation because this girl needed it. Okay. Meditation, and did a spiritual bath, right? And so at any rate, and it was good because I needed it. And apparently it helped me to take a leap of faith, right? For those of you who don't know, I took a big leap. I don't know if you caught some of that. But anyway, Pisces and Venus. Wow, that's awesome. Inspired to travel. Okay. The Gemini has no words. The Cancers, I'm not crying, you're crying. What are Cancer men like? My ex, that was the tower moment in my life that brought me to where I am today, was a Cancer. I don't want to throw shade. It depends. They can be very sensitive. They can also be where, how could you not read my mind that this is what I wanted and now my feelings are all hurt forever? Does this make sense? Okay. Very complex. If they are, you know, it's with any other sign, once they step into their power, they're unstoppable, right? You know, no, Auntie Karen, don't cry. Crystal Cage. Libra, Sun, Taurus, Moon, Aquarius, Rising, Venus, and Saggy. I'm drawn to Cancer moon, but clash heavy with any water sign female. See, it's like that. I mean, I'm drawn to Scorpio women for friends. You couldn't ask for a more loyal friend, right? Oh, and speaking of loyal, let's talk loyalty with the Virgos. My bestie, as I said, is a Virgo, a male. Nothing romantic there, just my bestie, loving to pieces, right? And my daddy is a Virgo. If you ever want somebody in your corner, get you a Virgo. Get you a Virgo. They will fight to the death for you. Yes, they will. Loyal? Oh, yeah, yeah. All day long. All day long. That's the way Virgos are. At least, well, my dad, of course, is a male, and my bestie's a male. I don't know, and actually, I know a few Virgo females, and I like them a lot too, Yes, I'll be your friend, Eunice. Of course, of course, of course. Cappies are very loyal too. Capricorns are very loyal. They really can be. Really can be. You have trouble with Virgos. Wow, that's funny. Virgos, if they're not vibing high, they can come across just nitpicky and critical and naggy. But if they're vibing high, you won't find a better friend. You won't find a more loyal friend. I'm telling you all day long, that's the way it is. Y'all, I'm going to stop saying that. I'm tired of hearing me say that, okay? Do y'all want to know where I got that saying? Okay, trivia time. It was in an environment. Does anybody know where I got the term all day long? Who knows where I got that? All day long. Allie, why stop saying it? I don't know. I feel like, you know what somebody said? Somebody said I needed merch that says all day long. Not Louisiana, nope. It was in an environment, but not a state. Like, think of an environment, or maybe a work environment. There's your big fat hint, okay? A work environment. You're in Mississippi. I lived in Madison for a little while. Who was that said that? Let me go back to my comments because they disappear. Where's my Mississippi friend? Tracy. I lived in Madison for a little bit. Yes, Jim, I'm big on loyalty. So who guesses what work environment I was in that I picked up the saying all day long? Okay, here's your other hint. Merch now, girl, Julie. Somebody commented that, and I fell out because I was like, oh my God. Okay, it was a work environment. I'll get a kid song. No. Factory work? No. No kid song. Teacher? No. I am an accountant, but it was not car sales, not school. But they say it a lot in this industry because I worked in this industry 8 years. Wasn't accounting, no, and I wasn't practicing accounting. Madison is beautiful. Nope, not nursing. Y'all ready? Ready for the big reveal? Okay, here's your second hint. The other food industry. Ding, 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 ding. Rock, you got it. You got it. I was serving. I served for 8 years. Yes, I did. Y'all, I loved serving. I made good money. Why? Because I can read people's energy all day long. And I could read people's energy, and I knew what I could look at a table and tell what I needed to do before I ever walked up to make a good tip. And but I did take good care of people because I love doing that. I love helping people. But yes, I worked in the restaurant industry for 8 years and loved every minute of it, and would probably still be doing it. But yeah, 86 all day long. That was the other hint I was going to give Julie, was 86. 86 potatoes, 86 bakers, right? Baked potatoes, right? I started out, y'all, working at I don't know whoever heard of IHOP, International House of Pancakes. That's where I started out serving, and I worked my way up. Eventually I was in fine dining, right? And the Geminis can adapt. We're chameleons. We can adapt to whatever. If you are a bartender, I'm giving you major props. I could never hold it together to do that. But thank you, and I may say this wrong, Dementia, I may have said that. But I started out at IHOP. Y'all, I ended up in a and I'll tell you this because I'm not there anymore. Who was that just was talking about Madison? Where'd you go? When I was in Madison, I worked at a fine dining restaurant, farm to table restaurant. I started that restaurant, and I was the head server there. And when I tell you I made bank when I lived there, I made bank. I made more there than I made in the accounting industry. Okay, I'll just say that. When I was back then than I ever made in the accounting industry. I would bring home cash $1,000, $1,500 a week. And in the South, that's damn good money. Okay, just saying that. And that's like not your credit card tips. That's just cash tips. I had a following. They would come in and request me. They knew my daughter. They knew her birthday. They knew my birthday. Valentine's Day, Christmas, they'd walk up and drop a $100 bill in my hand and say, go buy her something. This is not your tip, whatever. And yeah, I mean, I was spoiled rotten, y'all. But, you know, I took care of people. I love nurturing people. I'm very nurturing, actually. But anyway, I loved serving, and I would probably still be doing it. I'll tell you why I stopped serving. The only reason I stopped serving was yeah, and on top of that makeover, that was the cash. Then I had a paycheck too for my credit card tips and whatever, right? And then because I was head server, I was making more than like what the other servers were making. So I actually had a pretty decent bring home just for my check. But I had regulars, and they would come in and request me, and I mean, they would come in and hug me and ask how the daughter was. I mean, it was that kind of thing, right? It was amazing. I was very, very blessed in that, and I loved it, but I would still be doing it. But what I got tired of was this. And y'all, if you've ever worked in the food industry, the busiest times and the times that you make money is when everybody's off. So you have no social life. Friday and Saturday night, that's the big money nights, right? So that was how that rolled. And so, you know, you had to do that. Don't want to cross or betray you because it'll drop you like a bad habit stat. Yeah, but you know what? Me, myself, and I, can we hold grudges? We can't. I can't. Even at my worst, I couldn't hold grudges I couldn't stay aggravated at people. Now, Geminis can have a temper like nobody's business, okay? We can explode. And then 30 minutes later, okay, right? It's all over and we done forgot all about it, right? And we can say some really mean things when we're vibing low, right? Really harsh words that are very, very hurtful. But at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, you know, then we can't figure out why somebody else is still hurt, you know, and then when you're with a Scorpio who, when they're low vibing, they never forget anything. They're like an elephant with a memory 10 years later, you know, they're still reminding you of something they said they forgave you for. And yeah, you know, it's kind of like, when you get a low vibing Scorpio and a low vibing Gemini, it is gasoline and fire, you know, and I've been there twice. So, and be like, who? Do I know you? Me, myself, and I, right? Yes, see, Saggies, exactly, Stace, you're absolutely right. And I love Saggies, okay? Rich Lop's fiance is a Saggy, and she is absolutely got beautiful, and she's beautiful. And I don't know, Ajana, thank you so much for that. Bless you. Many blessings to everyone. I really, really thank you for that. And all the people that have super chatted, it has just meant the world. And I feel bad because I'm not even reading. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just sitting here chit-chatting away and just, you know, vibing with my homies, right? Scorpios are intense. They're actually very deep thinkers. Very deep. I mean, they're like, and you don't know what they're thinking, you know? 7 kids in your family. We're all adults now. I believe my Gemini sister is the best. She's just, oh, so sweet. I mean, you know, Geminis can be fun. We can be a pistol ball, too, though. We can be a handful, right? I used to say I'm a handful, but that's what you got 2 hands for, right? So anyway, very intelligent. You know, hey, Earth Angel, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Just a little bit has gone, y'all. I have to share this. I don't know what my subscriber count is. It was like 6,700 or something a while ago. Lisa, thank you. Oh my. Okay, the Cancer's gonna sappy cry. Oh my God, y'all. Dixie, thank you. Oh my God, I can't believe you did that, Lisa Valentine. Big love. I'm holding my phone or I do the other half of the heart, but the other half of heart is here too. Okay, thank you so much. Wow. And thank you, Jen. Thank you. Pink Pink. Thank you so much. Y'all are, I can't even. Okay, just let me get my composure here for a minute. I'm sorry. Thank you, Divinity. Thank you, Makeover. Y'all are sweet. Y'all are just amazing. But okay, so I think my subscriber count the last time that I checked was around 6,700. Y'all, MCAT, y'all are just too kind. Thank you so much. But y'all just don't want me to talk, right? But anyway, 48 hours ago, like 50 hours ago it would be, or 54 hours ago now, right before I went live with Tyler, my subscriber count was 2550-ish, 2560, something like that. Can you believe that? Can y'all believe that? I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know why. I mean, I know I've been working law of attraction, y'all, but I'm so humbled, okay? And I'm just so very overwhelmed with gratitude. And this has been a game changer, truly. But y'all, let's go back in time. Okay, I can remember when I had like 7 subscribers, and they were all my friends because they felt sorry for me, right? Right. And y'all, my bestie Virgo was my very first subscriber. He really was. He said, you don't even watch my channel. He's so sweet though, but like I love him to death. But I mean, he'll watch every once in a while. If I tell him, hey, I got a good reading, you got to watch this. And he'll be like, okay, you know, or whatever. But anyway, but I remember when I had like 7, 10 subscribers, and Rich shared one of my videos, and I had like, I don't know, 10, 15 subscribers, right? And my subscribers went up to like 300 and something. And I was screaming. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And it was crazy, y'all. I was just like, and I was so overwhelmed. And then, like maybe a month or so later, he has done that like either 3 or 4 times with my stuff, right? And every time he did that, and Rich is why I hit 1,000 subscribers and got the 4,000 hours of views needed to become, you know, a YouTube partner and be monetized. Earth Angel, thank you so much. Thank you. My heart is full and overflowing. But anyway, and so Rich is why I got there. And then I have a subscriber who is also a mod. Her name is Pink Tot. And Pink found me because of Rich Lop. Well, I got really busy with my own channel, and I was not watching folks as much. I just wasn't watching anybody as much as I used to. It wasn't because I didn't love people. I mean, I'm still subscribed, but I just couldn't because I was trying to work my own channel, right? Yes, Rich is the Aquarius guy, right? And so I wasn't watching Tyler, Rich, or anybody just because I was working my own channel. And, you know, that Queen of Wands, busy, happy, right? And Pink Tot, she had my email, and she emailed me, and she said, you have got to get with Tyler. He's doing collabs. Girl, you have got to. And so I went, and I mean, I'd already been subscribing. And actually, months ago, I did a personal reading for Tyler for free just because I love him. And he had said, do a reading for me. So I did. And he loved it, you know, and all this. And, you know, we had talked privately for just a minute. You know, he's a busy guy, though, you know. I mean, I don't know. I cannot fathom how busy these folks, you know, Rich has like, I don't know, 250,000 subscribers. Hell, Tyler's coming up on 450, 500,000, right? I can't imagine managing a channel that size, right? So I can't imagine. I do paid readings. Yes, I do. Makeover. I do paid readings, and in my description box below my most recent video is always where you'll find how to book a personal reading with me. And y'all, I know y'all have probably heard me say this, be very mindful. The scammers are making the rounds in the tarot community, and here's what they'll do. You can use Enchanted Cottage 333 again as your screen name, and you can take my picture and use it as your picture. So you get people and you think they're me, but they're not, okay? And they'll come in your comments and they'll say, here's how to book a thing, and they'll give you like a WhatsApp link or something like that. That is not me. If you do not see it in my description box or emailing me, enchantedcottage333@gmail.com is my email address, okay? Good to hear, Inspire. I'll be honored to read for anyone. I'm going home this evening, and guess what? I can stay up late reading, doing personal readings now. I've got 3 or 4 to do now tonight, and I try to get them out in 24 hours, but I allow myself 48 hours just as a cushion. You know what I mean? But so pay week, yay for payday, right? Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. The ADHD kicked in, y'all. I'm sorry. I totally am sorry. I totally lost my train of thought. Must not, if it's important, it'll come back, right? But oh, beware of the scammers, okay? Be very, very cautious if anybody that you see in my comments telling you something contradictory than what it says in my description box. Even if they say, look like me, have my screen name, and they're hitting other tarot readers too. They are hitting tarot readers that don't even do personal readings. They are hitting Tyler. They hit Tyler first. They're hitting Chris from Minnow Pond, who does, I don't think Chris does personal readings, and they're hitting Ant from Cancer Moon. He doesn't do personal readings. They're hitting Rich. Now, Rich does do personal readings, okay? But again, the only way to book from either Rich or me is in our description box, right? But in our most recent. And, you know, sometimes we'll revamp what we're offering depending, and Rich does that, I do that, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I run specials and stuff like that, right? ADHD, Jess, so you totally get it. See, there are people who, Chris, Minnow Pond, he's good. I'll tell you who my favorites are. Well, I first stumbled on Tyler and Rich, and those are my two homies now. That's my two go-tos. I love me some Tyler and some Rich, right? But shortly after I found those two, I found Cancer Moon, which is Ant, right? I love me some Ant. He can read his butt off, right? And I found Minnow Pond not too long ago, and I totally adore him. He's a very high vibrational reader, and Minnow Pond will hit me a lot. He really will. And in fact, he hit me not too long ago, and he hit me about the crossroads, that the path A and path B that I just mentioned, and he called it, and he was right. He was absolutely right. He was right. And Rich hit me the other day in his little chat on his other chat channel, right? He has two channels. He has Rich Lop, and then he has Rich and Leah. And so anyway, you know, and I there's so many readers, and I don't know a lot of. Oh, I tell you who else is good. I can't believe I forgot her. Molly. I love me some Molly. She's adorable. She will hit me sometimes too. Do y'all know Molly? Molly's Tarot. She used to be called Behind the Limb or something like that, but she's Molly's Tarot now. She's a sweetie. And I like her energy a lot. She's like real, like bubbly and sweet, and you know, but she's real. I mean, she's real. You know what I mean? Michael's Tarot. I need to check him out because I've been seeing y'all talk about him. But you know, I'm like Rich Lop. We're a community, okay? There's what, 7 billion people in the world, okay? On the average, okay, 1/12 is, I'm just going to use Gemini because that's mine. 1/12 is Gemini, right? So 500 million Geminis in the world. Okay, there's no way that 500 million Geminis are all having the same experience, right? So that's why there's all these different readers with all these different stories, because there's a lot of Geminis having a lot of different experiences. And hopefully you're led to, you know, and a lot of times that's why I read different ways, and you'll see me read and Gemini will get one story and then 3 days later it'll be something different. It's because it's somebody different's story. Does this make sense? I don't even know if I said that right grammatically, but you know, but the grammar police in me went to sleep, I guess. But anyway, we're coming up on, we're over an hour, y'all. I can't believe I'm doing this. Rich videos, yes. And y'all, look in my playlists. All of my, everything is in the Life Preserver. Look in there. There is one that is about 5 minutes long, and it is Rich, and it is a true nugget. And it is, the name of it, I can't remember the exact name, but it is this. It is, I get on my nerves too, me, myself, and I totally get it. I'm like, shut up, Karen. And y'all know my name's Karen. Yes, yeah. I'm the same Karen energy. I just try to transmute it to something positive, okay? I don't try to squelch it. I just try to transmute it. Big difference, right? But this nugget that I was talking about from Rich, it is, he did it several years ago, and it is called, we're all looking for the right thing in the wrong place. And it's like 4 or 5 minutes long. It's real quick. It's a big fat truth bomb. And it spoke to my heart. And I will say this, Aunt Karen, you're so sweet, Crystal. It led me to do a video, and I was sitting in my car when I did it. And it is in, I know I linked it in my twin flame thingy, right? My twins argue, me, myself, and I. But I linked it in my twin flame playlist, and it is called Runner Chaser, And it led me to do that one, which is actually a pretty interesting analogy about what's going on with the runner-chaser dynamic. And I talk about that in there's a twin flame video. I talk about runner-chaser and what's really happening from an energetic standpoint. I really break that down of what's really going on. My take is different from the traditional teachings. Hint, hint, okay? The video, this is how you'll know the video. It's about 21 or 22 minutes, and I am wearing a red sweatshirt in the picture. That's the one. And that's where I break down my real beliefs about strong soul connections, twin flame energy, and blah, 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 okay? And that kind of thing. Rich's channel is Rich Lop. That's his tarot channel. His other channel is called Rich and Leah, Leah, and that's where you really can get a lot of truth bombs there too, okay? Maria, thank you for that. You are so sweet. Y'all are just blowing me away. I can't even. I can't even. I mean, you guys are just amazing. Yes, Crystal Cage, it is. And listen, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what it's like in my head. First of all, I'm ADHD, so I can't keep a thought on the train track for love nor money, right? Rich Lop, L-O-P-P, Rich Lop. And, but anyway, thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. Deb does readings. Oh, that's cute. I like that. But okay, so here's what it's like in my head. Double Gemini, right? Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising. The twins will argue. And just like I argued about the path of making a decision, I waited till I had no other choice. And they will argue about what the practical side versus the intuitive side. Okay, they will argue. So I've got four people up here arguing. The Capricorn is in there trying to speak some sense into everybody. The intuition is over here going, don't none of you know what you're talking about. Don't none of you know what you're talking about. Shut up, okay? The ego is over here going, none of this makes sense. Take the practical path. Do what makes sense on paper. It is like a choir in my head. And that is solved by meditation. So yes, it is like a choir. And that's the only way I know to describe it. And you've got the ADHD going on. It is just crazy. Libra Sun, Gemini Moon, and Aquarius Rising. Bit of a thinker. Yes, you are. You are a very air energy. And I bet you love intelligence and researching stuff and things like that, right? Maria, I bet that's true. Because I do. I'll research stuff just for the heck of it with no real reason to need to know. I'm just curious. But you know what's funny is a lot of times when something piques my interest and I don't know why, I'll need to know later. Or I'll run across somebody and I'll need to make conversation about something, okay? And boom, there it is. Who's mean, Crystal? Oh, I have a singing bowl. Oh my God. Oh, listen to the singing bowls meditation. I have a meditation, theta meditation sound thing in my meditation playlist, and I use it sometimes to meditate. It will put you right into the theta state, which is extremely beneficial for manifestation. Admitted that. Really? Well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's just the Geminis. You know, for what it's worth, and you can, I have my opinions about the mental health professionals, okay, right? But they diagnosed me as severe ADHD, which you can take with a grain of salt, okay? Maybe not. I really don't care. I don't take meds for it. It is what it is, right? You know, EFT tapping. I have a friend who is very much into tapping and is quite a master of manifestation. He is self-employed. He has 5 vehicles, a bunch of minis, a Corvette, a humongous house, a business that flourishes. He travels all over the world doing racing with minis. It's amazing. And all manifestation. Brilliant. He's a Scorpio too. He sure is. Yes, we dated. No, we didn't make it, but we're friends. We kind of coexist, if you know what I mean. He's got a girlfriend. I'm good with that. Is he a hottie? All day long, but I couldn't deal. Couldn't deal. Couldn't deal. And, you know, I love him to death. He's a good friend, and that's just as far as that goes, right? So, at any rate, we just weren't vibrationally aligned, okay? Is he high vibe? Yeah, but on a different vibration. His priorities are different, if that makes sense, okay? Not bad, just different, okay? It is what it is. He loves manifesting money, and I will leave it right there. And you guys can just go down that path and think what you want, right? I like money. It's great. I've got nothing wrong, no objection to money, but I have other things that are equally or more important. Does this make sense, right? Okay, I probably said too much. We'll just leave it at that. Psychologists are funny to me. They come to me for help. They're eccentric. I would, it's funny. I had and I've seen therapists all my life, and Rich Lopp will tell you the same thing, and they could never figure him out either. They never could fix me. And I'll tell you why. I had one tell me one time, well, we really don't go to the root of the problem. We fix the symptoms. What? I'll tell you what they do. They diagnose and then they prescribe. They create customers, not cures. That's why I am so into shadow work and going inside and getting to the root of our problems rather than treating the symptoms, okay? And I know there are true issues that need daily medication. I'm not throwing shade at mental health issues. Oh, no, never. Okay, never, never, never. And like my dad is a diabetic. He must take medication every day. Point blank, period, right? The root of the problem is the problem. Exactly. And sometimes, like with diabetes and certain mental health issues, they have to treat symptoms, okay? And I get that. But for me, okay, and I'll be honest, they diagnosed me as bipolar. You know what it was? I was an empath, and I was low vibing, and I didn't have any skills, and I didn't even know, and I had no skills to shield my own energy. So whoever I was around, that's the energy that I picked up. And so my moods were like this, and I didn't even know why. Well, that was why. Man, once, and no, they prescribed all these different medications, kept giving me nothing ever worked. Whenever I stepped into the knowledge, first of being an empath, that was where this path first started. And I started to learn the skills of how to shield and ground and meditate and go inside and go and have my quiet time to recharge my battery. When I understood all of that, then I started stepping into just a smidge of my power, and I don't have any problem anymore. Okay, yes, it's energetic work to ground and shield. It is. It surely is, okay? But I can do it. And then when I get home, yes, I have to go into hermit mode and recharge my batteries and meditate, and I have to rest myself, okay? And do some self-care. But at the end of the day, y'all, I wouldn't be happy if I wasn't interacting with people like this. My Gemini self just couldn't stand it, okay? So I love this. Yes, the first time you're impacted, they want to call you bipolar. They were wrong. But it's okay. It's totally fine. You know what's funny is, at the same time they diagnosed me as bipolar, they diagnosed me as severe ADHD, but they wouldn't medicate me for ADHD because they said the ADHD medication would make me go into severe mania, which is what science says, and I'm not arguing science. But so because of that, I wasn't medicated for the ADHD, so I've never taken medication. But you help me understand this. I am an accountant by trade. Many of you just know, I just said this. I'm an accountant with 35 years of track record of being pretty damn good at what I do. I mean, I'm not trying to, but I am. If I really want to do accounting, I can. I really don't like it, but I'm good at it. Does that make sense? It's like, I can do it. It's just not what I like. And I've never really 100% loved it. I'll be honest with you. But I wouldn't have never done it for free. Oh no. So there's your test right there if it was ever my passion. But okay, so how can a person with severe ADHD do accounting work and all that detail work with number crunching and all that stuff all day long? Right? I'm like y'all, I kind of don't buy it. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not just totally debunking it, but I am just saying I have my doubts, But at any rate, guys, I love y'all so much, and I am not going to stay on here long. We're 83 minutes in. But I thank you so much for joining the chat. I'm humbled beyond words with everything. The super chats touch my heart. You work hard for your money. The fact that you feel like, super chatting me touches my heart more than words can say. And so mad props and respect to everyone who has joined my soul fam. I call my subscribers my soul fam, okay? And the comments, they touch my heart. I would answer every one of you, and I do read them. I do, and they touch my heart, and I thank you so much for them. You have no idea just how much you guys mean to me. It's you guys have changed my life, truly. You really have, and I'm just eternally grateful. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Not natural product. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Where'd you go? Oh, no, natural product. You know, that's an interesting thing. Yes, Lisa Duck, hit me up. EnchantedCottage333 at gmail.com. And it's in the description box below my videos. But if if you need it, I can just send the information to you. Thank you, Andrea. Sending you all big love, big hugs, major healing energy, big truths coming to light, and big ascension, okay? I'm going to go, y'all. Regrettably, but I hate to, but we're just coming up on almost 90 minutes, and I gotta stop. I gotta stop. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go, and I thank you so much, all of you, for joining me. I do these Soul Fam chats from time to time, and I'll try to give you as much heads up as I can next time. Okay? Starstruck. Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh my God, this is one of my homies right here. Starstruck. This one's been with me for a minute. As Star Trek, I was just signing off, but I'm sending you big love. Okay? All right, I will catch you guys later, okay? I got to run. Video, love you too. Talk to y'all soon.